Hey there guys, welcome to Dinos Vault once again. Today as promised I give you the detailed review of the UM Renegade Sport S. Now I had already posted a quick first ride impression video of the Sport S and you can watch that video by following the link appearing on the screen right now. I have also done a detailed review of the Renegade Commando, and if you haven't seen that video yet, please feel free to check it out by following the link appearing on the screen right now. That video would come in handy for you even if you're looking at the Sport S, because I have listed some subtle differences between the Commando and the Sport S in that video. Now for those who aren't aware, UM stands for United Motors. United Motors is a company originating from America, which is the home for some of the top legendary and iconic cruiser brands like Indian and Harley Davidson. Born in the early 2000s and founded by Mr. Octavio Villegas Llano, the company started out with a humble notion and a bold vision of offering well-built vehicles with all the goodies and innovative features at modest prices, thereby dishing out superb value-for-money products. Over the years, the company has evolved slowly but surely and has introduced several breakthrough innovations to the motorcycle market, thereby making their products that much more safer and user-friendly. Some of their innovations include AFS or anti-flat sealant, which in simple terms pretty much ensures that your tire is puncture resistant. Then we have LED 360 system, wherein their Street Fighter model, the X Street, has LED lights up front, at the back and even on the fuel tank, making it the only bike in the world to feature LED lights all around. They also offer a USB port on board that would always come in handy to charge your mobile on the run. Then we also have the ergonomically designed Comfort UM gel seat, wherein the inner channel eliminates pressure points while the gel pads minimize the vibrations. This maximizes comfort for the rider and makes sure his smile stays on for the miles to come. Some of their bikes even feature blind spot mirrors, which I believe is a brilliant innovation and would really come in handy for our Indian traffic conditions. As of now, UM have just introduced two models here in our market, namely the Renegade Sport S and the Renegade Commando, both of which are almost identical in their specs but vary only with regard to their respective outlook. It looks like more models are headed our way because of the phenomenal response they've had to the Commando as well as the Sport S so far here in our nation. Design-wise, I really love the way the Sport S looks. It's not that I don't like the Commando. It's really hard to choose one among the two because both are designed to universally appeal to people of all age groups. The Sport S can be considered to be targeted towards the younger audience because it carries some flashy and eye-catchy color schemes. Even the design elements used on the Sport S, like alloy wheels, LED lights on the tank, the prominent headlamp cowl and the body graphics, are more in line towards appealing to the youth rather than the older folks. The Commando, on the other hand, looks absolutely gorgeous and classy in the black as well as the burgundy color shades. We also then have the matte green color that also appears to be in huge demand currently. Now getting back to the Sport S, the front cowl design does immediately remind us of the Suzuki Intruder. However, there's no denying that it looks really attractive and gives the Sport S a signature appeal of its own. The front suspension covers make it look like upside down forks, but underneath it is the regular hydraulic setup. Coming to the profile, the black alloy wheels lend the bike a modern cruiser kind of a look. The trademark teardrop shaped fuel tank is typically that of a cruiser. The LED lights under the tank not only look cool, but they also enhance our all-round visibility to the oncoming traffic. The side panels are neatly laid out and the tail section is beautifully carved out. The exhaust, painted in black, further underscores the all-black theme adopted and looks amazing. It also sounds amazing, giving us that typical grunt of a cruiser. At the back, the tail lamp design is quite simple, yet it goes perfectly well with the rest of the design of the bike. Overall, the bike has the looks to attract almost anyone at the very first glance. The rider seat is quite comfortable and the pillion seat too offers decent room. The T-shaped handlebar is nice and raised, and not only does it look cool, it also offers us a relaxed riding posture, thereby ensuring we don't put our entire weight on the wrists or palms. The switches are of decent quality. We do get a high beam flasher and an engine kill switch. The instrument cluster on board comes really well equipped. We get an analog speedo, whereas the digital readouts include an odometer, trip meter, fuel gauge, and even a gear position indicator. Overall, I wouldn't say that the bike is extremely well built, because there are cost-cutting measures evident here and there, but ultimately the reason behind that is to price the bikes really aggressively. So despite all this, the bikes really look cool and attractive and do have a special charm working in their favor. Now, powering the Renegade Sport S is the same engine found on the Commando as well. We get a single cylinder, 4-stroke, 4-valve, liquid-cooled 279.5cc engine that puts out a max power of 24.8 bhp at 8,500 rpm and 21.8 Newton meters of torque at 7,000 rpm. This comes mated to a 6-speed gearbox. Now, please note that the engine is carbureted and not fuel injected. Now, taking the bike out for a spin, I noticed that the Sport S was refined when compared to the likes of the Thunderbird, but not as refined as the Commando. Maybe that has to do with the fact that the Sport S gets alloy wheels and tubeless tires, whereas the Commando gets spoke wheels and tube tires, which aids in cushioning the ride further. The clutch feel isn't too hard. The gear shifts are quite smooth too. The bike gets taller gear ratios, complementing its cruiser character. We can cruise at 100 km per hour in 6th gear effortlessly. The vibrations apparent are very negligible and aren't too bothersome or annoying. The perfectly cushioned seat and the raised handlebar offer a relaxed riding posture as well. The throttle response is good and the bike gives us just the right amount of thrust we need while trying to overtake. Talking about the brakes, we get a 280mm disc up front and 130mm drum brake at the back. The brakes are slightly disappointing in that they don't offer adequate bite or feel. I really hope that consider offering ABS at least as an option in the future. Talking about the suspension setup, we get hydraulic suspension with chunky 41mm forks up front and twin hydraulic spring suspension at the back. The suspension is not too soft nor too rigid. It does soak up the bumps effortlessly and offers good stability at higher speeds. Talking about the wheels and tires, we get tubeless tires with a 17-inch 110/70 tire up front and a 15-inch 140/90 tire at the back. The wider tires from TVS do offer good road grip. Talking about other noteworthy specs, ground clearance is 200 mm. Yes, you heard it right, it is 200 mm, which is phenomenal for a low-slung cruiser. Fuel tank capacity again is very impressive at 18 liters, which translates into offering a good tank range. Mileage wise, there is no official claim as such, but I was told by the dealer that we can expect around 30 to 32 kmpl from this bike. Ex-showroom price here in Hyderabad for the Renegade Sport S is Rs 1.58 lakhs, which I believe is quite enticing and irresistible. So that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dinos saying ciao. Take care, God bless, and ride safe.